Hey, this is Brock with Straight Line Delivery. Going to walk you through a week with one of our drivers who started off in Wheeling, West Virginia, dropped off, and then we had a pickup for him in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. So that's about 60 miles of deadhead right there. Now what we got up there was a piece going to Naperville, Illinois, suburb of Chicago. That was from a customer, so it was paying pretty well. And since I had it loaded up early in the day, I decided to hunt around and find another piece, and we did find one that was going to Carroll Stream, Illinois, just a few miles outside of his original drop, about 14 miles away. The location, the time is important because he's got two drops in the morning in Chicago, so I know that's a good place to be. He's only burning about a quarter of the day. He's going to be empty around 10 or 11. He's got time for another load. So these two guys, the first one paid $1,100, top left part of the screen under Monday the 29th, and the second load paid $900. So that was $2,000 to go 544 total miles. Here's a picture of both loads. That is both loads. Good thing we had all that trailer, huh? All right, so we got those dropped off. And our next load is originating in New Paris, Indiana. And if anybody books freight, you're like, why did you go to New Paris, Indiana when you were in Chicago? That's nuts. All the freight's in Chicago. Well, I've got customers all throughout this area, and I go to the one that pays the most. So I had a customer in New Paris that needed something taken to North Canton, Ohio. And even though it didn't originate from Chicago and there was a little bit of deadhead, I think that was 151 miles of deadhead, as a matter of fact, it paid well enough to go ahead and leave Chicago, pick up in New Paris, and then drop off in Canton. Now, the days of the week are important as well. There's the load that we took from New Paris to Canton. All right. We're getting him centrally located for a big hit. Okay. Now this is going to be dropping off in Canton on Wednesday. Then we book a Canton to Chisago City, Minnesota, which is a suburb of Minneapolis. And what we're looking to do is get him a big hit for the long weekend to deliver over somewhere in the eastern seaboard there. That's a picture of the load that went to Minnesota. Now you'll see we got 2175, so that's 269 for the total miles. Right above there, right above the load he did, you'll see in red Cleveland, Ohio to Newport News for $2,000. That got canceled by the broker after 5 p.m. This is where a good freight resource team, a good freight coordinator will save your butt, because we were able to react quickly and still get him something. Now, we're dropped off Thursday, and we book a great load for him going from Kenosha, Wisconsin to Connecticut. Now, this was a small partial, and we had another piece that we could have put on there for a little over $2,000. This would have given the driver an $8,000 week. Okay, that's what he was after. It was going to be a long holiday weekend. He wanted to drive most of the weekend, do his reset on last half of Sunday, first part of Monday, and be ready to go again Tuesday. Well, here's again why you need somebody in your corner when things go wrong. We find out late in the day that this Kenosha, Wisconsin to Bridgeport, Connecticut cannot drop off until Wednesday. We decided we weren't going to give him our truck for that many days for that amount of money. We'll take our chances elsewhere. So we go back to Chicago. We've got a good customer there that happens to have some freight this time when we're there. They didn't last time. And we book him up on a Chicago to Salem, Ohio. And the reason we did this is because it paid the most per mile, and it also left him in an advantageous position for Tuesday morning when the holiday weekend was over. So he goes from Chicago over to Salem, Ohio, and he hauls this skid and this piece of equipment. Weekends there in northern Ohio, and then we book a load it's actually Canton to Camp Lejeune. Canton, Ohio to Camp Lejeune, that pays $352 for the total miles. And now we're going to kind of go over the weekly. So we start off in Wheeling, had a 60-mile deadhead. Then we pick up in Aliquippa, take it to Naperville and Carroll Stream. One's 14 miles away from the other. That's 470 total miles. 151 a deadhead to New Paris. Then we go to North Canton. 810 miles up to Minnesota. 416 deadhead. Yikes, I hate that. But there was no good paying freight in Minnesota. Sometimes it's better just a deadhead. Go to Salem and then on to Camp Lejeune. We've got a total for the week of $6,375 that the truck grossed.